Hey guys, welcome back for another video. So, here I am, I'm back. I'm not sure yet in what capacity I am back, but today I had a hankering. I said I want to record a video. So I tried my best not to overthink it when it came to all of my hang-ups lately, which have been a good spot to record. What about angles and lighting and all kinds of equipment and stuff that stresses me out? And I just was like, who cares? Just plug it in and go. So this is what you're getting today. Plug it in and go. I'm just excited to come and talk to you guys about what I've been reading in December and what I'm planning to read for the rest of the year. We are December 12th right now, so we're already a pretty good chunk into the month. But you haven't missed much because I've spent pretty much the entire month reading The Count of Monte Cristo, and that has been... it was all I expected it to be. I've wanted to read that book for a really long time now, and it is a behemoth. It took me 8 or 9 days to complete the unabridged version, but what can I say? It is an absolute masterpiece. So definitely a big recommend from me, but that leaves me with the rest of the month to kind of be like, all right, well, let's clear the decks and get ready for January. You guys know me. I love the beginning of the year because I love beginnings. I like starting fresh. I like starting new series. I kind of like starting with a clean slate. So a couple of months ago on Instagram, I posted this picture of a stack of books that I was hoping to complete before the end of the year. So I just want to kind of update you on where I'm at with that. A few of those books I have deferred intentionally to 2025. A couple of buddy read plans, and like, for example, for The Will of the Many, I want to read that a little closer to the release date of number 2, just because, like, why not? That way I don't have to wait as long for, the next installment. So I made some decisions and moved some stuff around from that list, but for the most part, I've really whittled away and done pretty well with that list. Now, of course, I've done a ton of mood reading and, worked in all kinds of stuff that has not been on the list. Like, if I had stuck to the list, I could have finished it by now, but I'm not about that life. You know that. I like to read what sounds good in the moment. It is nice, though, to have somewhat of a TBR, or in this case, a photograph with a stack of books to choose from. So when I get in those situations where I'm ready to start a new book, but I don't know what to pick, it's like, hey girl, you want to finish these, right? Well, why not pick one of those? So I've got a couple books left from that stack that I'm going to work on. This one is The Lathe of Heaven by Ursula K. Le Guin. I don't know much about it, and that's on purpose because I wanted to go into this pretty blind. I just know that it's supposed to be really trippy, and I'm excited because it's not too long. I love long books, but I have been reading a lot of really long books lately. I mean, The Count of Monte Cristo, I've been reading a lot of Tad Williams, and just some real big chunky boys. So I'm excited to read this one that's a little bit smaller and is a standalone. I've only read one other Ursula K. Le Guin book, and I liked it quite a bit, so I'm excited to get to more of her works. I also need to get to this one, and I'm very excited. This is A Brightness Long Ago by Guy Gavriel Kay. Now, I have read 4 Guy Gavriel Kay books, and I've loved every one of them. And I've heard this book is a masterpiece. Once again, I don't know too much about it. I haven't even read the back, because I really like going into these things blind as possible. But I do know that he writes fantasy in the sense that there is usually some magic element to it, but more than anything, it's kind of like a reimagined history. It's not historical fiction because all these countries and rulers and stuff have different names. It is fantasy in the sense that it is invented by him, but it's usually loosely based off of an actual historical time period or an actual historical event. So I don't know what I'm getting into with this one, but I've heard it's amazing, so at this point, I consider myself a Guy Gavriel Kay fan, and whatever he's writing, I'm probably going to read it. Here are a couple more that are not from the book stack. I'm being very rebellious here, but I've been wanting to read this book for a minute. This is The Midnight Library by Matt Haig, and this is a book that was on my mom's bookshelf. I didn't know much about it, but I snatched it when I was kind of going through all her stuff and figuring out what to do with all her books, and tucked it away, and now I hear people talking about it all the time, so it must be good. And like I said, I've kind of been craving some shorter books that aren't the beginning or smack dab in the middle of a big series because I'm in wrap-up mode. I'm not trying to start something new that's going to take me months to finish. I want some nice little nibbles. And this guy is nice and thin. Again, I love long books, but sometimes it just feels good to be able to start and finish things within a couple of days. So I'm excited to get to that one. Once again, don't know much about it, but that's for me. And last on the list for December is Nosferatu by Joe Hill. I've been meaning to read this book for years now. In fact, last December, Theo from Rekindled Reader, remember him? We were going to read this as a buddy read, but we both of us have just been kind of out of it. Like in and then out, and then reading and then not reading as much, and then making videos and then like far away. Like life happens, you guys. So I may reach out to him and see if he wants to read this one with me this December. But either way, I think I'd like to get to it. I have heard that it has some Christmas or winter elements. Please correct me if that's incorrect, but I've been told that it has a Christmas vibe, or it takes place during Christmas time, so I figure why not? Let's get to it before Christmas. So this is a short video. There's only a couple of books that I've got to get to before the end of the year, but I'm really excited for January because in 2025 I'm going to do a Wheel of Time reread, and it's not going to be necessarily like a one book a month thing. My friend Brent and I are reading it together, and we're just going to kind of casually, as the mood hits us, we're going to just work in Wheel of Time books into our 2025 reading plans. So I imagine if I have any time left after I finish these books, I'll probably start The Eye of the World because I am very excited for that. So I love you guys. I hope you have an awesome Christmas. I hope you read some really good books before the end of the year. And I will be back with some wrap-up content for 2024 so we can reconnect and you guys can hear about what all I've been reading, because I've had a really good reading year, even though it hasn't been a very good YouTube year. So can't wait to speak with you guys in the comments, and just appreciate you guys for watching. Have a great day.